our own minds, we have a sense of who we are, as mentioned earlier. And we also have a sense of who we might become. If I change on this issue, I'll be like that. I'll change my personality. I'll be like that. But we don't actually jump over and try it out and see how we like it, because if we did, we will have already changed on the issue, and then our allegiances within ourselves will be to some other value standard, some other belief system. So we explore that other belief system. We look at it and say, what does that hold? How does it work? What can we learn from it while still maintaining the belief system we have? And then, if we're convinced that it's a better way to look at the world, we'll jump over and adopt it. And now, that's who we are. We've changed who we are in our own heads. So who we are at any given moment, that's the main character. That's represented by the main character. Who we might become if we alter our point of view in regard to the central issue the story is trying to explore, that requires another belief system, a different paradigm. That is that other person, other self we might become that we look at in ourselves represented on screen or in a book. The subject of story, the personal skirmish between the two, that's when we're having it out, arguing it back and forth. From our perspective, okay, I say such and such. What would that be like? Oh, that would be like this and this. We play devil's advocate. Obstacle character is the devil's advocate. And maybe if we change, it's good for us, and maybe it's bad. We don't know, because sometimes we change for the better and sometimes for the worse, but that's the way it works. The subjective story represents that inner battle we have with ourselves as we're trying to come to terms with whether or not to change. And finally, the objective view. The one view we can't get in real life. We cannot stand outside ourselves and see who we are. We can only look at others and get an idea of who they are from the outside, but then we don't know what's going on the inside. But stories give us all. Stories play God. Author plays God and says, not only do you get to have the main character identify with them, just like you would in your own mind, and put the story mind into your head and say, this is what it's like to be in this particular quandary. And that's what it's like to argue with myself about this other way of potentially being. But in addition, the author says, I have a God's eye view. I have some experience, some insight, and I can show you what's really going on in the big picture, no matter what it feels like that. So, if you find yourself in this situation in real life that's similar to this one, and you feel like you feel in this story, I can tell you what the proper course is that you can't see in real life that only God can see. That's what an author's really saying.